Hey guys, Sean Nalewanyj here, SeanNal.com, BodyTransformationTruth.com, and in this video, I'm going to be giving you the number one most important factor when it comes to building bigger calves. So yes, proper form is definitely important, like I've talked about in previous videos, because you do want to make sure that you're properly activating your calves on each rep during your lifts, rather than just using your Achilles tendon. And intensity is also very important because if you don't train using heavy enough weight, and if you don't take your calf exercises close enough to the point of muscular failure, then the growth stimulus just won't be powerful enough. But in my opinion, the number one key to building bigger calves in the fastest way possible is the simple issue of prioritization, meaning that you just need to start treating your calves with as much or even more focus in comparison to your other muscle groups, and to stop treating them as an afterthought during your workouts like most people do. A lot of guys who have naturally thin calves will often complain that they can't make any real gains there no matter what they do. But when you actually take a look at their overall training program, it's usually just a few sets of calf raises thrown in here and there, and with less volume than pretty much all of their other muscle groups. A lot of these lifters are happy to do 3 sets of 3 exercises for a really small muscle group like their biceps, but would never do the same for their calves, even though the calves actually contain more total mass than the biceps do. And on top of that, a lot of people won't hesitate to go into the gym and perform a dedicated arm workout or a dedicated chest workout or shoulder workout, but it's pretty much unheard of for anybody to even consider going into the gym and doing a dedicated calf workout. And I'm not saying that you should do a workout for your calves only, but it's just an example of how almost everybody treats their calves as a lower priority muscle group, and then at the same time wonder why they aren't seeing as much progress there. Another really important thing to keep in mind here is that as part of your overall workout plan, your calves don't receive the same amount of indirect stimulation that most of your other smaller muscle groups do. For example, anytime you train your back, your biceps are also getting hit very hard at the same time. Anytime you do compound pressing for your chest or shoulders, your triceps are being hit very hard, and your front and rear shoulders also get a lot of stimulation during your chest and back workout. Whereas your calves, they only receive a very small amount of indirect work. Exercises like squats and deadlifts and leg presses do hit your calves to a degree, but not nearly with the same intensity that your arms or shoulders get hit with during presses and rows and vertical pulling movements. So basically, the situation for most lifters is that their calves are trained with less total sets, lower frequency, while at the same time not getting much indirect stimulation. So aside from the issue of proper form and exercise selection and intensity, the number one thing you need to do to build bigger calves and to start seeing some real gains there is to just start prioritizing them by training them more often and with more total volume. It's really that simple. Chances are that right now, your calves just aren't getting the same amount of total work as your other muscle groups, and they'll probably need even more work than those other muscle groups if you do have naturally skinny calves to begin with, and you want to build them up significantly, because the truth is that the calves are a very genetic dependent muscle group. So if you're training your calves right now once or twice a week, just start training them 3 times a week, or possibly even 4 times a week if you're really serious about making gains there. If you're only doing 3 or 4 sets for calves per workout, start doing 6 to 8 sets. If you always put your calves at the very end of your workout, start putting them at the very start. To put it simply, just start hammering the crap out of your calves and start treating them as a priority muscle group with high frequency, high intensity, and lots of volume. And I guarantee that if you do that consistently, you will start seeing some good results. It's going to be a slow and gradual process no matter what you do, but if you really want to build bigger calves, then that's the way to go about doing it. And the other plus is that because your calves do tend to recover very quickly from training, you can hit them more often and with more volume and still pretty easily recover from it. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you found these tips helpful. For more useful training advice along with science-based nutrition and supplementation tips to help you maximize your muscle building and your fat burning progress, make sure to check out my complete body transformation blueprint system over at bodytransformationtruth.com by clicking the icon here or using the link in the description box below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And you can also check out my official blog over at SeanNal.com for all of my latest articles, tips, and other updates. Talk to you again soon.